Welcome to the Global Channeling Practice. It is April 20th, 2023, and we are going to get started with some light language, and I will begin. Tosia kitia kua, si kia kotitia uhia, si kua, hia kutua ia, si kaya tua tia ukua itia titia kua. This is the honor of the galactic dragons. Kotaesia, koya tukua ya titia ya tia. Hia zukua ia, stand in your feminine power. Si kaya tua ia, hia zukua ia, kukua, find balance within your masculine aspects as well. Express the fullness of all that you are. For your being is immense in its expansiveness. We can all feel your energies from where we are. In the higher realms. Your galactic families are watching. Extending our support. For our love for you is great. Never doubt that we are with you. In your ascension journey. Connect with us within your heart. For we are always there with you. Never far away. Blessings. So whoever would like to go next, just jump on in.
I just heard Elga's name.
Kanda kara kasatiora kahia, hea ka aharasi, kiora kahi ita ahaya aha, huru uri, kiara kaha ia arasi uhu, hei uayaha, hei kia arasi, katiu utaya ikaya, huru udiasa ikaha arasi, huru utiara ikata aharasi, pira, kira ahaya no okuya ita, Kira aha ori ketiore aka ita hayata sata. My beloveds, it is so wonderful to see you all and being so busy, keeping your energies straight, keeping your energies up, keeping your energies pure. Soon, very soon, something wonderful, just wonderful will happen. Something you have never seen before. And you are part of it. You are actually the ones that make it happen. And you're actually the ones that are bringing in the new earth, the new matrix, the new love. She has difficulties words. You have prepared the place for the new beings to come in, the children of our future, of your future, the children that where everything is changing. Children that are strong. And they know what to do. They remember themselves, and it will always stay that way. And their children will be even higher, even more open, and so forth and so forth. And so we are moving slowly into the central sun, or the galactic center, at least for the beginning. And that is a long journey, and that long journey is forever. There is no goal. There is no end of it. It just continues. That is why it is said, enjoy the journey. And so it is, and everything is evolving. If Mother Earth is evolving, it reverberates throughout the whole universe. And as it reverberates throughout the whole universe, it goes like a ripple effect through all the universes. So everything will rise to a higher consciousness, to a higher awareness, to a higher level of divine energies. So it will go on forever. Expansion is forever. I am that I am, and so it is. There was more in there.
Beautiful. Thank you. I've got fairy energy here. Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe.
That was so high pitched. You were like coming in and out because you hit such high notes. But we can feel the energy.
Oh
for
my
sure.
gosh. Their energy was so high and so buzzy that I couldn't stop laughing. And afterwards I was like, I just kept laughing because when my experience has been is I'm channeling when the energies are really high, I start giggling. I'm just like, I can't help it. I just start being very giggly. And then after I got done channeling them, I just like went into this little bit of a laughing fit.
But your computer was not able to pick it up.
I'm not surprised. Somebody told me once I need to get like one of those mics that like doesn't like zone out. And I've tried setting like my phone settings, but I can't help it. It was a lot of high pitched like squeaks and squeals. Squeaks and squeals of joy. But definitely the message was to be in your, they're always giving the childlike joy, have fun, go have fun and play and be playful and laugh and sing. So they really like today that we've been like, I mean, since this morning, been messing around with like fun and jokes and laughter and joy. And so just, they're saying continue with more of that. All right, that's all I got.
I'm walking on clouds. I lost my mind in San Francisco.
Right. All right. Who's next?
Oh, God.
Joan. Temple.
Diala kete kukuna ke woto o sa te shat. Kula keke la kemo o ya vo ya khana e ine isu yu yata. Luyo ya jata ba uma ya sit ayek inene lewa. Besut uya na hala ese amakhave hit iuma. Tulukup at enmule wai. A ase ne ui ut ayana hala. Hive e huamaka. Nesut uilene ne a hi ne hikuluk oma. Mabevua te esa yokulu. Dasaniata. Namaste.
Namaste.
My children of the planet, we come through tonight to give you a short but sweet message. We want everyone to understand that at this time, although there are many things happening on the planet and many individual experiences you are all going through, we continue to send our love through these experiences. For every time you smile, every time you laugh, every time you find the joy in the smallest things, you are not only lifting yourself up, but you are lifting the planet up as well. So continue to balance in the best way you see fit. And please don't forget to take the time to notice the beautiful things that this physical 3D experience has to offer. The grass, the trees, the clouds, the laughter from one to another, the music that is played on the bee's wings. All of these things bring joy. Find joy and find balance. For in joy comes balance. In balance comes health. In health comes cooperation. And in cooperation comes balance. We leave you today, and we thank you for bringing this message through. Namaste.
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 Man, I feel like that was right it's like, I felt like it was right to my heart, that message, because I had a recent experience where I had come in from outside after I had been playing the pamphlet. I think I was telling you, but I came inside and it was like bees, like I was scanning, or bees were in my ears. It was like that kind of vibration. And then I had a dream about balance. And my dream was I was walking up the stairs and all of a sudden I was falling backwards and I caught myself. And then I said out loud, catch your balance, or you need to get balance, or something like that, something about balance, or I lost my balance. And so it that message really hit to a lot of synchronicities, right? A lot of points that I just within this last week experienced. So very cool.
Good. I'm glad. Yay.
Yay.
So I actually had a chakra activation about 2 weeks ago. I found out. I woke up in the middle of the night and there was this shadow being in my bedroom making very rapid hand gestures. And I just went back to sleep. I was like, okay, another mystical event. Wonder what he's doing.
You just learn to accept it as
yeah,
more and
I
more
was
happens.
I'm sure
it just
they'll
becomes the norm.
It really does, with all the things I've seen so far. So I was just I'm sure they'll let me know later what it was. And then I found out that it was actually my spirit guide who didn't bring his full essence through. So it looked like a shadow, and he was upgrading my chakra, activating my chakra. So
Great, good to know.
yeah, so upgrades are coming continually.
Hachi kut kane hash kish kuli kirish kish kalat kon skin tanaki kut kelini ni tu ni ka singi ti no tu ata atu kuti kelon no tikalaka utu kiski kin kala tu no ke elik ti utu ke
All right, so Temple, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start channeling.
My friend is coming. Oh, I love her. Ashes. Isa.
What, Olga?
I said Isa is her original name. Mm.
Greetings, my children. Today I have a message for all of you, for I see that all of you will soon be moving into uncharted waters. And I want to come through and let you know that although these movements, these new experiences may be difficult, may be unnerving, and may be hard, it is okay. It is meant to be. For when you become too safe, too comfortable, and don't branch out, you stifle your own growth. And with this eclipse that just happened, this is the start of many of you taking a new growth period. And what this means is that your spiral is spiraling back up. So you are going to all feel discomfort. You are going to all feel pains. You are going to go through some experiences that are extremely difficult. But in these experiences, in these deaths that have recently happened and that are happening, you will thrive and you will be reborn again. This is the time that all of you must flow. Remember, just as the Nile waters bring life, they bring death and rebirth as well. And so although my message is short today, I wanted to come through to let you all know that some of you may have already started experiencing these new pathways, these new roads, and these new thought processes that are going to be happening to you in the future, in the very near future. And some of you are just starting on that path, but all of you in this room are going to be going into uncharted territory. Things that you never thought you could understand, things that were uncomprehendable in the past, many things that you have forgotten being in this human body. But fear not, and keep plodding forward, taking your steps and flowing just like the waters around you. And while you are flowing, remember to have a high understanding, even in your low moments, where you can bring joy, as we talked about earlier, but that you don't allow the blockages to stop you. You must flow in these new times. And if you do, you will receive greater understanding than you have now. Your gifts are all going to blossom into greater awareness. You will suddenly start to see new gifts that are just coming in for many of you. All of these things are just around the corner. And I could say things are about to get hairy, but in other words, it's going to get exciting. And remember these times, for everyone goes through these spirals of great transition, great highs and great lows. And all of you now are going to be entering a brand new phase of much excitement, much work, much understanding. And those that will come to take you off your path, send them love, for they know not what they are truly doing. Truly, they know not. Send them love. Be your joyous selves, be your hardworking selves that I know you all are, and enjoy this moment and flow with it. That is my short message to all of you, my children. I send my blessings. I send my love, for you are all protected with so many love you. So many are protecting you. Even in the times when you feel down, raise your head to heaven, raise your heart to heaven, to God. Call out and know that many are coming to your aid. You are not alone. And these paths, these new ways of understanding are going to be difficult. For much great difficulty and struggle lies ahead. But without difficulty and struggle, there is no rebirth. There is no growth. So embrace it and see it for what it is. That is my message. I send love to you all.
Thank you, Isa.
Namaste.
Blessings to your Isis.
Thank you, beautiful sister.
Ano o taha aniro o ko o ia ma e to tu uro a joamar o nir na kruinya ta euro ka nara ta urino apana ka ta tu era pa. That is the connection to the Isis priestess energy that just wanted to express itself in the divine feminine and the balance of the divine masculine within the sacredness of who you are and who you've become, your past and your present in the now.
I think maybe the FWOK want to come through, which are, I have a,
Yeah,
like, I have like, that's who I got, because I have a concurrent lifetime with them, and they're like a amphibian salamander like being from Sirius, right? I'm trying to remember, I think Sirius.
Right.
But I have a concurrent lifetime with them, and yeah, their language is very like emotional and fluid and more telepathic than like, you know, a more of, you know, they have more of a telepathic language than verbal. But yeah, I mean, I can see if they want to come in, or anyone else that I'm connected with. So I can go next if everyone.
What is amphibian? What is that? That word?
They're like a they're like a salamander, like a frog salamander type being. More, they said they look more like a salamander, like those little four-legged,
like a lizard,
like moist-skinned lizard is kind of what a salamander looks like. And they have more like a rounded head than a pointed face, I guess. They have more like a rounded face, salamanders do. And yeah, so they have a very kind of moist skin and body.
How big are they?
They're humanoid, like human sized. I don't know how tall, or I guess I didn't ask that question last time they came in. I didn't ask like their size compared to humans, you know?
I can see them. I see them. They walk on two legs, don't they?
Yeah, so they walk on two legs like a humanoid. And yeah, I think I remember they sort of have like a fin from the top of their head down their back. That's more like a multicolored fin, I think.
I I see them. I see them. They're beautiful, actually.
Yeah. And so I'm concurrently in another live stream having a lifetime as them, and that
Oh,
and
they're
they
beautiful.
yeah, they came through as more just like we're interested in the galactics and learning more about them. They're interested in learning more about me as part of me being part of their collective and me having this human lifetime. So it's more like a mutual learning experience, them
Mhm.
connecting with me in this way. So it's beautiful. So
Mhm.
okay. But yeah, that's who I got, I think, that wants to come through. So I will invite them in.
I can feel them already.
Oh, hey, ya sí, te guay, ya te yo cuatía kaya hi, ya tu ya te ya que tu ya tu squa, has hi tu ya ya tu ya te ya what get ya tu ya. Yeah, so I would the bear why to why I there he to why to why yeah to the why to yeah to ya you was yeah what yeah what to oh yeah so yes, we are the FWOK in your pronunciation. That is the best representation of our energetic signature.
Welcome.
And thank you.
Greetings, greetings.
Greetings. We extend our heartfelt energies to share with you and to embrace you. And we are here to answer any of your questions that you may have about our species in comparison to yours. And we are watching in great anticipation at your expansion and growth that has occurred and is yet to come.
It is a pleasure to meet new people. I am always open to find new people, greet new people. It expands consciousness, but also expands the family. As I see you as family, I feel you almost as myself.
We are a very loving and balanced species. We live in greater harmony with one another and wish to extend this outward to our galactic friends and family, and to share greater unity and peace within the what you would call the all that is collective. And we thank you for your warm greeting, and we feel your energies as well as a big hug, embrace.
Exactly. I love that. I love hugging. It's an exchange of love.
Yes, we feel your love from your hearts to ours.
Yes.
So there was a question of height or size of the salamander beings. Can you elaborate on the family unit and length or breadth?
We are, in your terms, around 7 to 8 feet tall on average as fully grown beings, and our younglings more around 4 to 5 feet tall.
Oh my goodness. I am your youngling.
You are
Barely 5 feet, not even 5 feet.
yes, much taller than many of your young people.
And so do you get together as family units or as a collective?
We are in family units in similar to pods we live in a sense of in a watery environment, in pod-shaped units or homes, as you would describe them. But we live in community with one another, but we have individual pods for our family units, but then are very much connected as a family, as a community with one another, supporting each other, protecting each other, coming together in unity to share resources, to share support, as similar to what some of your smaller villages might be, or smaller communities, like a village comes to mind, in that we each have various specialties in the type of contributions that we share, but that all are valued, all are honored as equally important, for we are all piece of the greater whole within our larger collective, that we all have our unique, as what you called, strengths and weaknesses, but that we all fill in the gaps for one another, for where one may have a weakness, we share our strengths with without limitation.
So do you live on a fully watery planet and are there other watery beings as well, or is there land that you come out on as well with that part of Sirius?
Yes, this part of Sirius is a watery planet that we are on, but there is also areas of land, so we do have the ability to live outside of the water in lush, like jungle-like areas, lush plant growth, that we are able to explore these areas, to gather resources, things of this nature. So we are both in and out of the watery realm, and our physical vessels can acclimate to both environments.
I see. Are your feet like long webbed feet like frogs, or are they more humanoid? And you're same with your arms?
They are more similar to your salamanders or frog feet in that there's a little webbing closer to the main part of, I guess, what you'd call the foot, the hand, but we have individualized digits, fingers, toes, so they aren't fully webbed in that sense. But they do have a little slight bit of webbing in between each digit.
Thank you. And do you have gills like on the sides of your necks? Or is it on your back or under your ribs? Or do you have ribs?
We have a flexible skeletal structure. So they are not ribs in that sense, but more, there are ligaments, there are filaments that help hold our shape, but are flexible to a wide variety of movements. We do have breathing apparatus below our head structure. There are openings that allow us to breathe for longer periods underwater with ease, but also allow us to breathe the air on our planet, which is a different makeup than your air, but it is something that we easily acclimate to, going from one environment to the other, that our physical structures are made for these different areas of our planets where we reside.
Okay.
And yes, there are other beings. We do have mermaids, not the ascended mermaids of Sirius B, but others that there are in more the fifth dimension where we reside. And so are of a higher nature, but are a different species than the ones you know as the ascended mermaids of Sirius B.
Okay. Do you have 4 toes or 5 toes?
4 toes.
4 toes. Okay, thank you. And then how may I ask, are you helping us with the ascension, or do we have to ask for help for the ascension from you or from your collective?
We are more observing or learning from your ascension process, or connecting with ones as this dear one that we have a galactic history with, ancestry with, other lifetimes with, that we are more wishing to learn and observe, but we are more than willing to connect with you on your ascension path as part of that learning, and share our loving, harmonious energies to help restore any imbalances that you may be experiencing as you shift your vibration from one plane of existence to another, to a higher level.
Are you able to check with the group that's here if there are imbalances that need to be balanced? And if so, what was imbalanced that was shifted?
I would say the main imbalance that many of you have been experiencing lately that you've discussed earlier is related to the DNA upgrades, the energetic upgrades from the galactic central sun that are being assimilated into your bodies in the past few weeks especially, and will continue to grow some of these sensations in your body, this greater expansion, but also greater exhaustion or tiredness, greater need for rest, for you are shifting different dimensions as your multidimensional selves as well, doing work in these other dimensions throughout your day, where you seem to have periods of time that are missing, where it may seem that you are falling asleep suddenly, and then all of a sudden you're awake and you don't recall how you had this missing period of time. Like, for sometimes it may not seem that you are asleep. It just seems that you are all of a sudden in your present life, and then you go somewhere else, and then you come back and seem to wake up from that experience. But it is often you are shifting dimensions at will, or connecting more with your multidimensional aspects with greater ease than before. And so this is part of your growth, your expansion that you are going through this year and the coming years, is you are bringing in more gifts, you're bringing in more awarenesses as to these other dimensions that you exist in, these other aspects that you have, and these different astral traveling that you are doing in your dream time, that you are starting to remember these experiences to a greater degree. And this is all as it should be. And this is part of your ascension process to come more fully into the fullness of your essence of who you are. And as far as imbalances, I would say that for all of you as a collective, this is more the general imbalances that you are experiencing, these various shifting of dimensional planes of greater awareness coming online, and upgrades to your physical bodies. And when you feel the need to rest, then do so. If you wish to have our assistance to try to balance these energies out in the form of healing, then please call on us. But as more, we can share our energies to help assist you with restoring a greater balance, greater harmony, greater peace in your lives, is where we can lend our assistance.
Beautiful. So I didn't see any questions in our chat yet, but I know that I am experiencing heart pressure energy. And the question that I asked earlier and that you alluded to, so regarding, the toes, and you alluded to the connection through her, but I'm wondering, are we in this particular group that are currently on the call, some of us also having current salamander lives as well? Because my heart is kind of thumping around.
Yes, Wendy, you do as part of our collective.
And the others in this call? Joan, or should I call the names out?
Elga, I'm feeling it's more of a distant cousin, as you would phrase it in our species, that we do have different, what you call races, similar on your planet, different variations of your humanoid form in different parts of the planet. And she has a close connection with the mermaids.
Yes.
Where I'm feeling almost as if she is a hybrid.
Yes.
A hybrid between our species and the mermaid species in another location of our planet.
I come from the water planet.
Yes.
I am.
Beautiful. And Joan or Temple or Radha?
Let's see.
Or Kat? Or Donnie? Pick a name, any name.
Yes. Yes, Joan has a connection as well. I'm feeling the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
Had another lifetime. Not this concurrent one that she has, but another lifetime in our realm, within our species. And that is part of your connection, that you were part of an extended family unit or community, or you had individual families, but you were part of a larger family unit, or connected, what you would say genetically.
Got it.
in another life stream. Let's see. I'm getting a no for Temple.
Pardon me.
No for Radha. Hey, yes for Donnie. I'm feeling that she is connected to this one in her concurrent lifetime. That they are closely connected.
Thank you. May I ask a question about, we've been experiencing the shoulder pain. So for me, I know I keep lifting my arm. Is there any assistance that you're able to move into the cellular? I know I've only just started working with it really today, as far as like moving that pain from the actual muscle tissue. But are there any insights that you can give to us regarding our own healing abilities, or light that you can share, or energy that you can share to help us when we've got these kind of muscular issues?
You can ask your cellular structure your body elemental for a message as to why this experience is being made manifest and what it is that you wish to learn from it. And then set your intention to send love to that area of your body and to release it back to source, surrender it to your creator, and visualize it leaving your physical body and going to the light to be absorbed into it, to be transmuted. You may also send it to Gaia for assistance in this transmutation if you wish to do that as well, or to the light. Both will provide a similar outcome. But
is that tied into a past life? Because I've been doing a lot of past life clearing, and I'm wondering if, because it hadn't been hurting, and then all of a sudden it really started to hurt. And I'm wondering if the energy from these past life clearings that I'm doing is kind of that, hey, don't forget me.
yes.
I need to be released too.
Actually, this one is feeling that similar sensation in the neck and the shoulder on the right side. That as we're speaking about it, it's coming to her awareness.
Maybe we were both the same night in that life, and our fractals are in separate bodies
Yes.
at time. And that's why we've got so much connection.
In a sense, you're on the right side, it is more of a dominant side, at least for this one, but it's also connected to the left side of your brain, more the analytical, logical side of your thought process, as opposed to the right side of your brain connecting with the left side of your body for more of your creativity and artistic talents. And so I'm feeling that some of this is an overuse physically, as you've concluded, but it is also that in a sense imbalance because you are putting too much focus in your daily lives through your work, for example, on more the analytical, the logical, the practical aspects, and that it needs to be balanced with, as what was mentioned, going with the flow, being in the moment, celebrating life, being in love with your life, expressing what you are passionate about, expressing your creativity in the moment, in the now, and allowing yourself the time to do these things, allowing yourself a time to balance out these energies so that it is not so one-sided or one focused. And so in a sense, this is a reminder to move your bodies more, to be in connection with your bodies, to send love to all that your body elemental provides for you, and to remember to be more in your childlike self. And this is something that you are starting to do already, but it will continue to, I guess, dissipate this focus on one side that's connected from your left side of your brain to your right side of your body. That as you go forward and you bring together both aspects of yourself, your creative self, your right brain self, with your left brain practical self, logical self, and trying to ensure that during your day you are finding time for both expressions, not just more on one side or the other. And this should help you to feel a greater sense of balance within your body when you give honor for both self-expressions.
I understand. So Julie Ann would like to ask what abilities she has and how will she share those abilities?
Her greatest ability is sharing the love from her heart, which she already knows, and the laughter, which uplifts many. Her laughter, her singing, her joy in the moment is infectious. And this dear one, as many in this group, love to experience all these beautiful creations from her heart and her love that she shares on a daily basis. And it really is, in a sense, not a need that you have to do anything. It's more about just being who you are and expanding it outwards, to expanding your light, expanding your love, to connect with more individuals in your collective, and to come together as a community, such as in this group, in sharing your energies with one another and in expanding those energies outwards to affect the world and the worlds in your immediate vicinities. But her gifts also, her telepathy will continue to expand, her healing gifts. And just, as I've mentioned, the expressing her true authentic self to inspire others to do the same.
And could you answer that same question for Radha, please? Let me know if you want me to
Thank
repeat.
you.
Yes.
What abilities does Radha have and how will she share those abilities?
Her light language is expanding. She expresses light codes through her language, but she will also draw these light language codes, and it will assist in doing sacred geometry work. That it's utilizing these light language codes in conjunction with sacred geometry, and that her remembrance of her Egyptian connections will also grow, that she will remember what she is to do in relation to the Sphinx. And she knows some of this already, but more will be revealed to her bit by bit as time progresses in your sense of time. But it's more being open to receive, being allowing, being in the flow, and allowing and setting your intentions to receive greater expansion, greater evolvements, greater connection to her higher aspects. And this is something you may all do. But sometimes you are often focused on giving to others, which is wonderful to do, but also it needs to be brought into balance with your receivership and allowing yourself to also receive from others, as well as receive what your creator in the universe wishes to bestow upon you, and setting the intention each day that you are open to open to receiving the blessings of God and the universe, for example, which this one does, that it's trusting that Mother, Father, God, and all that is has your best interests in mind, and that they are waiting to shower their blessings upon you. You just must remember to, through your free will, allow that to occur through your intentions.
Thank you. And can you answer that same question for myself? And then Susan and anybody else that I haven't seen anybody else kind of raise their hand, but.
Well, that response would be a similar advisement for all of you as a way to
Get in the flow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to get in the flow, restore any feelings of imbalance if you are feeling off kilter during your day. I believe that's the word. And as just bringing your focus back to connecting with Source, receiving the blessings from Source, but you must express this through your free will for it to occur, instead of feeling that you always need to be doing or accomplishing or working hard, or any of these concepts that have been put into your ego consciousness that is not, in a sense, true. For you are meant to be in connection with your emotional self, what your emotions tell you, your inner guidance system. Put more focus on that over the messages in your outer world that can sometimes lead you astray. The more you focus on those instead of what your heart tells you.
Beautiful.
So I would say for you and for the others, that would be the primary message.
Perfect. The next question that I have is pertaining to my experience when I first got my pan flute, and I was playing it outside and my hands and my feet were vibrating so heavily. So I got the feeling that I was opening up more of my healing chakras and between my hands and my feet. But then as I came inside, I had that buzzing in my ears. Can you help me understand what the buzzing in my ears were? I feel like it was something more than what I understood.
It was a galactic download. From the central sun. Connecting with the vibrational expression of the pan flute, extending its energies to integrate light codes in conjunction with the vibrations that you were expressing.
Oh, so was that just a reverberation in my ears? Because I had already stopped playing and was like on my way inside, and then that's when I had the experience in my ears. It literally sounded like I had two beehives, one in each ear.
Yeah, it was like a vibrational match, a vibrational alignment of energies from the galactic central sun with, yes, like a reverberation of these sound waves that you were expressing. It was, I guess, calling in these energies or helping to integrate the light codes coming in from the galactic central sun, these sound vibrations. But it was kind of like like a response to the music you were creating.
So it's almost like the music that I was creating was being reflected in the sun, and like I was standing in a canyon and hearing the echo of it back in my ears.
That would be a more accurate representation, yes.
Cool. Kind of knocked me out. I had to go nap afterwards.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
That is-
Does anybody else have questions? I've been waiting for anybody else to put a question in here. I'm just kind of going on and on. Oh, here's something fun while I'm waiting to have somebody type. My daughter, who is expecting here in in mid-May, right? She was, while they were visiting, ended up sharing her room with my grandson and the older one. And the older one said that he heard the baby burping all night. And I've seen some of his other gifts already present. And so I just wanted to kind of understand like this burping he was hearing from the baby, the unborn baby.
Let's see. He has a telepathic connection with the unborn one. So this was a form of his communication. He takes after you much in this regard, in that he has the ability to grow to a more advanced level with his telepathy. But he was, in a sense, hearing this burping more at a telepathic level as opposed to physically. It's similar to like claircognizance, where it was through his spiritual hearing that he was sensing these messages, this burping that he was picking up on within the womb. So it wasn't necessarily he was hearing this outside the womb, it was more hearing it within his telepathic thought processes.
Yeah, all I knew is that I knew he actually heard him burping. I just didn't know if he was hearing him through his ears or, like you said, telepathically hearing him, because I thought, well, he probably was asleep and in a flow consciousness state when he was, quote unquote, hearing him burping. But yeah, I've also seen his gifts of I can never think of what it's called, but the sense to be able to smell other beings. And sometimes I feel like he senses the presence of them too, or has
psychic sense.
Yeah, psychic sense. Yeah. So, but that's very cool to see his gifts. I have to remind his mom that what he's experiencing is a real thing. So yeah.
Yes, you will be a mentor for him, or an example of tuning into your authentic gifts and expressing them in the world, that this is part of his path as well, and will continue to grow for him as he ages in years. But he will look to you for your example, and that you are a wonderful example for what it is to be in your authentic truth, and that you will observe this growth in him of his gifts and encourage him that this is why he is here, to share his light, to share his gifts, to be in his truth, and that just give him that love and acceptance and support, which is part of your relationship.
Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, I have a question here. Do you want to come on and ask this question? Let's see. Channeling inside the womb. So I guess, yeah, I guess the baby was channeling messages then from inside the womb, right?
Yes, you have to remember that prior to a soul being born, they will travel in and out of the womb as this physical form is being grown, being created, that they are not truly 100% in this embryo until the birthing process occurs. So they can come in and out. They can be, in a sense, the soul that they are, that is fully grown, that is in the higher realms waiting to be born, where they can connect at that higher level as this higher spiritual self with the mother, with the siblings, with the father, for example, that they don't have, I guess, the limitation of time and space yet, and aren't fully embodied within the embryonic form yet. So they are able to feel and experience the physical form when they wish to, as they are waiting for the birthing process, but they can also connect with the family they are to be born into. And similar to any other solar spirit that you connect with through your psychic abilities, mediumship, channeling abilities, it is similar or the same as that, as they are not fully encumbered in the human form yet.
Wow, very cool. Okay, so I have a question here that says, what changes do we expect to see in 2023 or by the end of this year for humanity as a collective? Of course, we know the energies are always moving, but is there anything that you want to tell us aside from more of the same? Because that's what I keep getting.
Yes. Those that are aware, such as yourselves, will continue to experience greater joy, greater peace, greater harmony within what you are creating for your lives. But there will also, as Isis mentioned earlier, there will be much disruption, much challenges, but as you are in the flow, as you set these intentions to be in the flow, to connect with your true selves and be in your truest form of self-expression, that you will be able to easily move through these challenges that will be occurring on the earth as you observe others experiencing greater upsets, greater disruptions, greater sense of fear, of uncertainty. But as you are in greater awareness of what is occurring, that you are able to shift into higher vibrations whenever you feel some of these disturbances. They won't affect you as much as they may have affected you previously in other earlier years, when you experienced these changes in the past few years, that you are all at a higher level, above the chaos, above the disarray that others that are still in third dimensional consciousness, they're still down on the battlefield, if you will, because they choose through their free will to have that experience. But you are, through just being yourselves, being the example of the light, that many will be drawn to you because of your lights, those that wish to find clarity, find comfort in what they are experiencing, and that those that are ready to awaken will see your light, will come to you for guidance from your example, from your experiences. But you are meant to just hold your light, be that example. You are not there to fix their problems, in a sense. You're not there to hand them the solution, because much of what they need to learn is part of their own experience, but you will, just through your vibration, cause perhaps a triggering or a shifting of their energy to help guide them on their path forward. It'll help awaken or plant the seed within them to bring about the next step on their journey, to bring about the next step of their conscious awakening. So that is something you can all expect as you are in service to Creator, service to the human collective, by being here, by anchoring the light on the planet for the planetary ascension, as well as your own, as well as your brothers and sisters. But you are all having the experiences individually through your own perspective, through your own consciousness, that is also affecting the whole, that is also affecting your collective. So your focus on moving forward on your positive path will help increase the level of consciousness within the collective, that will help assist your human family more than you perhaps consciously realize, by just being in your true essence and your authenticity, authentic path forward. But you will see much death or destruction or changes of the existing structures on the planet, but this is all for
Part of the plan.
yeah, this is all part of the plan. It is all meant to be, and
Divine timing and all that good stuff. Yep.
yes. So, and everyone on the planet has chosen
When
to
they're gonna go.
have their own experience.
Right, right.
And in truth, death does not exist, for
Doesn't exist.
it is
Exactly.
a transition from an energetic form to another.
Right, right.
And it's easier in leaving than coming in.
I just heard E equals MC squared. For every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
Who's that? Okay, here's another good question. Who are if you can answer this?
I got Einstein
oh, that was
popped
okay.
in.
Who are the 144,000 and what makes them unique? Yeah, I've heard that number bopped around several times.
They have come in to be basically light anchors on the planet, to hold the light for the planet, for the human collective, in that they are volunteers. Not that others aren't volunteers, but for the particular service of holding the light for the planet and for humanity during these shifting times, that is the primary purpose of being here.
I've also heard the number of 44 beings that are different and unique. I think they're creator beings. Is their purpose different than the 144?
One moment. I am not connecting with that.
Okay, that's fine. I had this little unique toy that showed up on my stairwell a few weeks ago that looks like a little archer and has a representation to the new little one's name. Can you tell me who in the galactic or elemental or angelic realm left that in on my stairwell? And what they wanted me to know?
Diana, the Roman goddess, the
Diana?
archer. Yes, this one recently pulled her oracle card, and so we are connecting her with this image of her as the archer, this Roman goddess. That is, her focus is on focused intention, as we've been speaking of in this session, about focusing your intentions on what you wish to make manifest. And this is something she can also assist with. And so she also has a connection with wild animals and the elemental realm and nature beings. So this is also something that she can assist with.
Is it any coincidence that the newborn's name is planned to be Archer? Is she assisting him? Is she one of his guides?
He has a Roman connection.
I was getting Apollo for some reason.
Yeah,
Or more
and
Greek.
she does have a connection with him, but not necessarily as specifically one of his guides. But I'm feeling there is a familial connection, family connection.
Uh-huh. Because if he's coming in with energies of Apollo, that makes him my brother as Athena. Fractal energy, however you want to call that. We do like our soul family groups.
Yes. I'm getting that is not ready to be revealed yet.
Okay.
That
Something
you will
I'm
have
getting.
you will,
yeah, okay.
yes, but there is
That's fine.
There is a family connection, but that is all that
Yes,
I can share at this time.
he's got his experience to go through. I understand.
Yes. But there is much love there, love, family love.
Beautiful.
And this ties in, of course, yeah, it's to your connections, connection as Athena and with Apollo. That it's,
yeah, I do know that I have like
that
you
there's
said,
a connection.
a mentorship for each of my grandchildren.
Yes.
So yeah, so I understand I'll be working with each of them uniquely and together as a group. So it's going to be a lot of fun in a few more years.
Yeah, it's kind of this, yeah, Greek Roman connection with the Greek and Roman gods. Yes, that I'm feeling that is part of the connection, yes, that you will share with him.
Fun times. My head is just a buzz.
But I will
I was going to say, I don't think I have anything else. And so
yes,
if you don't
yes,
have anything else.
This one tires, and so I was going to say that we can depart, but we can leave. I can leave you with a healing blessing.
And is FWOK an individual name, or is that the collective, please?
That is our collective name.
Thank you for
that is the
wink,
closest pronunciation in our
good enough
in sounds that we make to our race. Yes. FWOK. FWOK. FWOK.
I kind of hear it like a frog croaking. FWOK.
Yes, it's similar to that. It is more of a sound vibration, yes, that we express when we do express in either joy or sometimes in warning for our community, but also in like joyful connection with one another. It's, yeah, so that is more of a joyful expression when we are in love and unity expression with one another. And so that is how we would like to represent ourselves with all of you.
Well, thank you for continuing to connect in your observation of us and allowing us to observe you as well from this point of view.
Yes.
So many blessings to you, and we look forward to your blessing. And then
yes, and you can connect with us in your meditations with our energy.
Beautiful. Thank you. Many blessings.
Much blessings. I will close with a healing blessing. Just feel the energies of these vibrations that we share with you from our heart to yours. Tuta ya kyoto ya siku ya tuwa ya hi kwa ya so ya siku ya ta ya kwa hi ta ku kwa te kwa hi to kwa ya tiki to kwa ya si wa si kwa ki ko ki te kwa yes kwa ya ti kwa yo ti ki ya hi ku ha si kwa si kwa ya to kwa ya to kwa he kwa hi ya ku te ya Hikua, Hihoya, Hihewa, Hikua, Hitia, Wa, Yayowa, Oa, Wa, Hayakia, Hoyakia, Hikea, Toakia, Totoka. Blessings.
Many blessings. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, the universal blessing. Goddess Diana.
It's hard. Yeah, it's like
hard
on the voice speaking their language. Like it really hits you back there. Yeah.
And now Temple will lovingly give us a light language blessing in closing. Thank you.
Uskatene ele te ao shotea hana. Esutu huno ulo o te avahata yakatea. Musoto yashatea lahane. Give ete. Kuluk unot et Nusatia la shitine heletebe. Walayana aneasata. Wushitia talehenene esutuya. Molaviata. Kepipiashat. Mukuna. Lehene shatia. Yasatiata. Tanale eshut. Nule emo. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you for that beautiful blessing. All right. Thank you everyone who will enjoy this video later. Thank you for subscribing and watching us, and hopefully we can bring you some inspiration in opening and sharing your gifts as well. So much love to all of you. Until next time.